Hi, I'm Federico with Cuttle, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to use Cuttle to make a personalized ornament and then cut it with LightBurn. Let's start by customizing the project in Cuttle. Here at the top of the template page, I can click on Customize this template, and that takes me to the place where I can personalize my ornament. So I'm going to type the name that I want. And when I'm ready, I can click on the blue Download SVG button to get the file that I need. This project has three different operations that we're going to assign on the laser software. The first one is an engraving operation for the year and the paw. The second one is a scoring operation for the lines in between the letters. And the last one is the cutting operation to separate our pieces from the material. If you're not familiar with scoring, it is very similar to cutting in that the laser follows the line, but it is done at a lower power or at a higher speed, so it doesn't cut all the way through, but instead leaves a really neat mark. And that mark is what makes these letters really pop. To get our file into LightBurn, we need to go to File, then select Import, and then click on that file we got from Cuttle and click Open. You can also skip the step of downloading the file if you're using LightBurn 2.1 or later. You can check your version by going to Help and clicking on Check for Updates. To find the Cuttle integration, go to the Web Tools menu and then select Cuttle. And whenever you open a Cuttle template on this window, you can go to Customize, change any parameters that you want, and then click on the blue button that says Send to LightBurn. Now you'll see that in the Cuts and Layers panel, we have the three different operations. We have black for engrave, blue for scoring, and red for cutting. In LightBurn, we need to be very specific about the modes for each layer. So for the engraving layer, that is the year and the paw, we need to choose fill mode. And for scoring and cutting, we need to choose line mode. If you need to change the settings for any one of those colors, you can double click on the speed and power section in the Cuts and Layers panel, and you'll get a window where you can modify the settings for your machine. In general, we want to keep the operations in this order. We want to engrave first, then score, then cut. If you need to change the order of any of these operations, you can select it and then use the arrows on the Cuts and Layers panel. Sometimes when you're trying to send your cut to the machine or see a preview, you might get an error that looks like this. It says that some shapes were causing problems and they were removed. And this happens when you have a scoring layer set to fill instead of set to line. But the fix is very simple. We just need to cancel out of this warning message and then go check that the scoring lines, in our case, the blue lines, are set to line and not to fill. Now, if we try to preview or send the cut again, things should be working as expected. This project has two layers that I want to cut out of two different materials. To separate the operations, I want to move one layer out of the work area while I cut the other one. So I need to click here and then right click to select on group. Now when I'm ready to cut the first layer, I can take the bottom layer outside of the work area and I can check that's the one I'm doing by looking at the preview. When I'm ready to cut the other layer, I can bring it into the work area and take the other one out, and I can double check by looking at the preview. I chose white for my first layer and walnut for the second layer. To glue them together, I cut the first layer with some dual-tied, double-sided adhesive. So it's a matter of removing the protective film, then lining up the two layers and applying some pressure to activate the bond. To hang the ornament, I'm adding about 12 inches of string with a small loop and a wooden bead to finish it off. It's that easy to make a personalized ornament with Cuttle.